Not yet. Hello, everybody. This is Eliz-Sha Keating from wisdomseekers.net. And we're here today with Maddie and myself, and we're going to talk about the shifting energies and possibly how we can help you get through them. Hello, everybody. This is Eliz-Sha. Okay.
I just need to grab a Kleenex.
I got you crying already, Maddie.
No, I've been experimenting with eye makeup, and I just think that I'm allergic to all of it. Because
Yeah,
all of it makes my eye water, so I'm not even going to bother with eye makeup anymore, I don't think.
you could try the stuff at Askew's, might be okay. It's supposed to be, I'm sorry, it just confused me because I'm talking to you and the computer's a little bit behind. I'm looking and you're not sitting there. And I'm going, what? But the Askew's in the center is they have eye makeup and stuff.
Yeah.
Supposed to be.
I guess worth a try, because I do like to put a little bit of makeup on every once in a while without crying it away.
Yeah, I don't.
And
Yeah, I'm
not
lazy.
that it's not that it's real tears, but I mean, it is, but not crying tears.
Yeah. It was
So yes, today, Wednesday, February 28th, we have got a crap load of stuff going on in the universe.
just what we need. Just okay. Go ahead. I'm just checking to see if anybody was there yet.
Probably not.
Yeah, because we're still relatively new on every other Wednesday.
Yeah. Well, we have solar flares again today.
Oh my, that's a shock.
Yeah. It says the AR3590 continues its Earthside journey across the sun, but has quieted down in output just C flares yesterday.
Oh, that's the middle level.
Yeah, it says the Schumann and resonances are quiet with minor amplitude fluctuations. Solar flares. There are currently 6 sunspot regions on the Earth facing sun today's chance of flares. M flares 50%, X flares 10%. So not too bad.
10%'s not bad. And Elle said they can't be that bad. I don't have as big a headache today.
Yeah, well, they're pretty mild, I guess, right now.
Better.
There's no coronal holes facing Earth, so that's good.
That is positive.
On a personal level, you'll get good sleep, great dreaming, fabulous lack of recall, amazing desire to remember dreams, visits, perhaps snippets will pop in during the day.
What do you mean there'd be amazing lack of recall, you said?
It says good sleep, great dreaming, fabulous lack of recall.
What do they mean by fabulous lack of recall? Do you know?
I don't know. It doesn't elaborate. It just says amazing desire to remember dreams.
I wonder if they got
Um,
it backwards. This and it just
Fabulous lack of recall. So recall, like recalling. I don't know.
We're talking about dreams, so maybe it's dreams.
Maybe.
No lo sé.
Uh, it says, "Hi everybody. Will you bring me snacks?"
That's dogs,
uh,
yeah.
it says, "What is real anyway? The things we call real, like all matter we can observe, are made of atoms, which themselves are made up of 99.99999% space.
Yep.
If
That's
the atom is the size of a sports stadium, then the nucleus is the size of a fly in the center, and the electrons are tiny, tiny gnats circling the stadium. We are vastly made of and bathing in an infinite field of energy that we call empty space, even though we have found that space is not empty at all. It is filled with energy, vibrating at an incredibly high frequency. The quantum foam, the ether, the plenum, vacuum fluctuations, the 0 point field, in an infinite, oh man, these words.
Yeah.
In an infinite holofractographic universe. By understanding the structure.
It's a hologram and a fractal hologram, I guess.
It says, by understanding the structure and dynamics of space, we can better understand the entire universe.
Yeah. I think
and then we have.
That's why when I do visualizations, I get people to go between the cells. It's because of what it was just saying, right? Is that's where the energy is. It's not in the cells, it's between the cells.
Right.
0 point energy. That's what they used to call it. I don't know what they call it now. Things change, I get left behind.
And then we have, so we have something from an astrologer. It says, can you accept beauty, harmony, and miracles in your life? Do you think these things are possible? They are, but it might feel like these things are out of reach right now. If we dig deep, we allow ourselves to move beyond surface appearances and our limited minds. We just might find miracles and magic. The sign of Pisces in astrology is all about miracles and magic. It rules the realm of the imagination. It is where we get the license to dream big. This is what moves us to create vision boards and to create, period. It's the sign of art and artists of all kinds. Artists have the ability to tap into that which is just an imagining in formless realms and bring it into form and manifestation. So that's what I've been hearing, is that if you're any kind of an artist, writer, music, if you write music or poetry or anything creative, this is an excellent time for that right now. We all have this in us because we all have Pisces and its ruling planet, Neptune, somewhere in our charts. With Saturn now transiting Pisces, we are required to become masters of the imaginal realms. What? Where did I go?
It bounced.
I gotta just watch where I put my fingers, for goodness sakes.
I know, it's kind of irritating, isn't it?
That's not it. Well, for goodness sakes.
I haven't done
That's not it.
today. I just remembered.
Well, we have the energy of love and transformation today. I can't even find where I was, for goodness sakes.
I think that's what I got yesterday too, actually, for today.
Tonight, February 28th, Mercury at superior solar conjunction, like Mercury coming out of retrograde, helping you accomplish your dreams and soul purpose, removing communication blockages, bringing a lot of mental clarity, mental energy, and mental strength, increased intelligence and positive energy, a better focus. This improves your manifestation power. The next 4 weeks are a great time to focus on your intentions and work on your goals. This year, you will reap what you sow now and get what you deserve. You're already shifting years ahead in life where you are meant to be and with who you're meant to be with.
That's kind of nice, that one, for a lot
That
of.
does sound nice, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Well, here's another one from Chandra Sparkles. Unlock the mysteries of the universe tonight during our compelling they're having a live event somewhere. Okay, we're not gonna read that because it has nothing to do. Is this it? Yes, I found it.
Oh, sweet.
Now I just have to remember where I was. Artists have, let me see. The sign of Pisces in astrology is all about miracles and magic. It rules the realm of the imagination. It is where we get the license to dream big. This is what moves us to create vision boards and to create period. It's the sign of art and artists of all kinds. Artists have the ability to tap into which is just an imagining in formless realms and bring it to form and manifestation. We all have this in us because we all have Pisces and its ruling planet, Neptune, somewhere in our charts. With Saturn now transiting Pisces, we are required to become masters of the imaginal realms. What lies beyond the limitations of our fearful, conditioned minds. Can you rise above these limits and conjure something from the depths of your heart and soul, perhaps inspired by a higher will or force of good? The sign of Taurus is also a big player in these current times of high creative potential, which reminds me we're coming up on eclipse season, I think, starting in March.
Yay.
The planets Uranus and Jupiter are currently transiting there. This sign is also immensely creative. In fact, it's the first of the fertile earth signs. It's the raw materials we have within or without for creating. But first, we need to realize that we have the ability to create through the feeling state or attunement to our senses. Touch, taste, smell, sight, and sound all combine to create sensory experiences. Taurus teaches us how to thrive and feel good in the body and in life. It gives us both the self-worth and the ability to identify and build good things in life that support our basic well-being. In fact, Taurus is the builder archetype. It's grounded, practical, and sensual. Destiny was a Taurus.
Yeah.
So when you combine Taurus and Pisces, you can create and build your dreams or manifest a higher will. First, you have to know you are worthy of this Taurus energy and believe it's possible. Secondly, you have to be willing to let go of your doubts and unconscious limitations and fears. And this is what the purpose is of Saturn in Pisces and Uranus, Jupiter in Taurus. What do we need to examine the unconscious that remains an obstacle, block, and limitations in our life? What causes us to continue to suffer? What are the fears we still carry in our imagination that create self-fulfilling prophecies? What are the nightmares on replay? How do we engage in our own self-undoing behaviors? What are our blind spots that keep us in pain, limitation, and chaos? What do we struggle with or see ourselves as victims of? Are we able to forgive and heal in all of these things? This is precisely what Saturn in Pisces wants: a healing and forgiveness of the past, of all the things we harbor in the unconscious in order to make way for the rebirth and new start that comes next in the sign of Aries. And this is where all the action is in April for the eclipse. So right now we are in preparation for this. We are in a detox stage, a letting go and clearing out of old behaviors, old hurts and wounds, old consciousness that just doesn't serve our lives any longer. Right now, life seems to be dishing out the worst of the worst. At least it seems this way from a collective standpoint. We are seeing the unconscious contents spill out and pour forth into reality, which is the purpose of Saturn in Pisces. Now it is our responsibility, Saturn, to examine it all, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and to deal with it. Put things right side up, heal, fix, mend, resolve, redeem, absolve.
Resolve.
Absolve.
Uh, Forgive. That's
Yeah,
what resolve means,
basically.
basically.
We are in Virgo/Pisces axis lunar cycles, which is all about fixing, changing, and healing. What is working and what isn't. Time to clean closets and separate the wheat from the chaff to create a sense of order, beauty, and harmony, which is Taurus energy, from chaos, Pisces energy. It's time to order and organize our dreams, hopes, wishes, and our... Sorry?
They class Pisces energy as chaos.
That's what it says.
Huh.
I don't see that myself. It's time to order and organize our dreams, hopes, wishes, and our imaginations in a way that allows something beautiful to manifest, something higher, something healing, something magical, something that has the ability to uplift and bring peace. Do you trust you can do this? Do you believe you have the ability and the power within to make this happen despite the shit show that is manifesting out in the world or within your own mind, trying to rain on your parade? Yep. Can you tune that out and connect with the higher consciousness that lies in the depths of your heart and goes beyond the personal and collective ego-driven nightmare that we are creating from a lower consciousness of separation and fear? Saturn in Pisces wants you to commit to making your life beautiful, but that includes realistically facing all the things that you are still carrying around with you that won't allow that beauty to manifest. There are wounds in the heart. There are disappointments and failures. There are sad memories, stories, and fears that linger. There are illusions and delusions, even that serve as blocks to the lotus flower that wants to bloom. Collectively, we are saturated in these things, and we don't have to buckle under the weight of them. We can choose to rise and become inspired to make life beautiful again. Keep softening. Keep letting go of those old skins that don't fit anymore. Be gentle. Be kind. Feel into the good. Allow it in. Follow the whispers of the pure heart that knows that is his own intelligence, divine order, and guidance systems beyond the fearful and separate ego that leads us into pain and suffering. Be open and willing to be transformed by love and through love. We can do this.
Yeah, it's basically,
Well, it's true. There is a lot of chaos, I think, going on right now
well, yeah,
for a few people.
yeah, but pay attention to who the people are. It's the people who have not been on the path and are just beginning to join the path. It's not people like who've been on the path for a while and know how to ride the energy waves. So, and I'm going to use you as an example. I apologize ahead of time. How you're riding this wave. If you'd gone back to last fall, it would have been much harder for you. You're adjusting really quickly to the shift.
Well, I feel like I have to.
Well, you don't have to. Well, there's people here. You don't have to. You're capable of doing it. You can do it. Before you couldn't do it.
Right.
And now you go, oh, and you just, okay, what's the next step? So that's really good. So anyhow, Carol Peachy says, hi, ladies.
Hi,
And
Carol.
she says, artist manifest. I can feel the energy shifting I don't know what ATM stands for.
At the moment.
Okay, so at the moment, yeah, it is. And Jennifer says, hello, pretty ladies. And Tati says, hello, everybody. Nice to see you guys. If you have questions, please feel free to ask. And if I've got answers, I usually do, I will help. And if I don't, Maddie will. So please feel free to ask questions.
Okay, I guess I should go on. Oh, wait.
You found something?
Before we start talking, better turn that baby down.
Your phone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the only time you get a phone call is when we're on, right?
Pretty much. So I should be expecting the phone to ring any time now.
Or your doorbell to ring.
Or that, because my mechanic is supposed to stop by at some point here to have a look at my car. He's going to need my keys. So if I disappear for a second, you know what's happened.
Yeah.
Hi, Carol. Hi, Jennifer. Hi, Tay.
Hey, Maria.
Hi, Maria. So we're just here discussing the energies that we're going through right now, which are pretty, I don't know, in my world, they're a little heavy today.
Yeah, unfortunately. Well, you did have a little bit of warning.
Well, and that's what I was saying to I had lunch with my friend today. Um, I guess, should I just say what's going on?
It's entirely up to you. That's a pretty heavy thing. If you're comfortable with it, go ahead. If you're not, don't.
So in Canada, we are allowed to have medically assisted death if you have health issues. My husband has a lot of health issues, and he is coming back here next week to finish his MAID application and to have medically assisted death. So I'm dealing with that right now. Um, and
After
it's
what, almost 30 years of marriage is pretty intense.
yeah. It's but as I said to Esther, at least this one I have time to prepare for.
Yeah. Well, the thing is
With my daughters, I didn't.
that it's in 1.5 years. That's a lot to deal with. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, as I said to somebody else too, I said, this had better be my last death. I mean, I know it's inevitable and I know it will happen again in my life, but just please give me a little break from it.
well, it's not just humans though. Your cat passed over,
And
and
my cat.
yeah, there's a lot of change energy for you, but at the same time, and not trying to make it less, but at the same time, you have grown tremendously in the last year and a half.
I have.
So
I
it is
have.
your benefit at the same time.
Yeah.
And
The
that
only thing I'm not
not
thrilled
to
about
be,
is that
yeah,
I wish he would do it in a hospital.
yeah, I would too.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially when
Is
your
it a,
body dies, all the cavities release, right? Yeah, rather
well, I'll be getting a new bed. How can I joke about this?
I know. I think
I
it
just,
sometimes we joke
I think
because
right now I need a little bit of comedy to deal with it.
yeah, exactly. And a lot of it, and it's not a bad way to deal with things. A lot of people use comedy to deal with the inevitable. And I know myself, I'll use comedy to deal with the inevitable. But at the same time, I have nothing to add. Just poof. I'm sorry, I'm a bit flaky today, a little more than average.
You had a busy day,
I had a busy day.
like a heavy day
Energy.
spiritually.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
3 hours of intense. But yesterday I got most of the baker's rack together, and they'll put the rest of it and it really made a nice difference in my room, I think. And then yeah, then I did a bit of sanding this morning too, which for
yeah, I got some painting I got to get doing. I think I'm gonna change up the color in my hallway.
I think that's a good idea.
Hmm. Not sure what yet though. Something lighter, something lighter that might reflect some of the sun better to lighten up the hallway.
So Jennifer, the reason he's choosing this is the disease that he's got as it becomes more progressed. It's extremely painful. I do believe the nerve endings are involved. And
I'm not sure. He said that he's been at his daughter's since November.
yeah, so, but I did,
Um,
my friend, when he passed from it, he couldn't eat, he couldn't hardly talk, he couldn't
well,
drink.
and he said that he saw his grandmother go through the same thing, and she was just a vegetable sitting in a wheelchair, drooling, She
miserable.
couldn't do anything, right? She
And
was
and
had to be,
it's
I
the
think
motive.
there's a point where you have to be tube fed.
Yeah. Yeah. My
But
friend,
he did tell me that he fell quite a few times in the last little while and like literally took the skin right off his arms and knocked her door right off took the door right off the hinges. And
yeah. And you lose your, well, you don't know, probably you don't know yourself. I can't say that for sure, but your mind goes and you lose your dignity. So at least he's going to die with dignity. And that's a very important thing.
yeah, thank
I
you,
think it,
Jennifer.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it's going to be hard. Um, and then again, on the other hand, I think like my Bubba cat, how he was so sick and how much I loved him, but knowing that he is not in pain anymore, which will be the same with my husband.
Because you had
He's
quite a
not.
couple years of a really loving relationship.
We did.
Yeah. And I remember listening to you going, "Oh, guess what? Bought me for my birthday." I'm thinking, but it's not very big. And she showed me it's like that huge a white quartz lamp, crystal salt
Oh,
lamps.
my big salt lamp. Yeah.
Yeah. It's not very big. It is looking at, yeah, that's huge.
No, he was very good to me while his mind was good.
Yeah. But this disease also affects the how you feel about things.
Yeah. Well, I've noticed like in the last 5 years or so, he's changed. He's
Yeah.
very short with me, very condescending, very
Yeah, because his brain is going.
well. He did have an MRI, and a good portion of his brain on the left side was is just gone.
That's scary. So yeah.
Yeah.
So I think in that case I would choose to go with dignity too.
Yeah.
And the fact that what you just told me would indicate that he wouldn't have, there's no way they'll make him wait 90 days.
No, well, I just got a message from my counselor, and she said 10 days max, unless he requests sooner.
Yeah. And that and I have heard that the government likes to push it fast.
Well, I told him, I said, I don't think that you need to have any waiting period. I said, if you choose tomorrow, I said they'll do it tomorrow, and he said, if that's what I can do, then I will.
But I think they have to, you still have
Well,
to,
he still has to go through his second doctor's appointment.
yeah, but when's that? Do you know?
No,
But
I don't know if it's with our family doctor or if it's with another specialist of some kind, or
but the thing is
find
that
out.
after he's been approved, which he should be because
Well,
he's
he's already been approved.
okay, then the next thing would be how fast they can make the arrangements.
Maybe the next appointment is to make a date.
I don't
I will
think,
find out.
oh,
I am talking to our family doctor on Friday morning, so
that possibly is what he'd do is to arrange the date, but it's not the date. You'd have to arrange the doctor. I think they have to have a doctor and a nurse there. I don't know if they could do it just the doctor himself. Don't quote me on that. You should, Sabi would know that one.
well, I said I'll find out more Friday morning when I talk to our family doctor.
Yeah. Jennifer wants to know if I'm on, how do I know if I'm on the right path? How,
I ask that question all the time, and I have no idea. I just trust. I just trust that the universe is leading me where I need to go.
if you're not saying no to things that come up in your life, that's probably a good indicator that you're on the right path. And at the same time, with life is easy, is no longer an indicator that life is on the right path, but with you have less resistance to where you're going. So for instance, you want to move, you have no intellectual resistance to you moving, but you seem to put up barriers to that. And my question is, what part of you is afraid to change locations and change communities and things like that? Because
Well, big changes like that are scary.
they are, but she's been wanting to do it for a while.
Hmm.
So what's stopping her? And it's fear, but it's probably subconscious fear rather than conscious fear.
Right.
And so what, so this is what I'd ask you, Jennifer. Just give me a word and then type it out because you're not here. And then Maddie and I will we'll talk
What
about
kind of word?
any word. Just give me a word. And so for instance, with you, with I asked you for a word right now dealing with your husband's maid, what word would you give me? No
Well,
thinking.
fear came to mind right away.
Okay, so that the subconscious is saying there's a fear there. Okay, is the fear of you being alone? Is
I
the
think
fear
it's the
of
fear of the unknown,
fear
more
of
fear.
having to deal with your own bills and stuff? Because I don't think you've ever done that, have you?
Well, I used to, yeah, before
How
I
many
met my
how
husband.
many years? 30 years ago. So that's
Well, it's been like 30 years, yeah.
yeah, so 30, so that's a new experience. The
Yeah.
fear of am I going to be alone? Because you're not the kind of person to be alone. You don't like it. So of those,
I am enjoying it more and more. Like I've come to the point where I'm really enjoying living alone, but I really do miss companionship.
yeah. So so the fear of living alone is lessened, but the fear of remembering to pay bills. What I do is, for instance, what I do is I put all my bills at the same time. I
Hmm.
raise so I pay everything on this certain date or
Yeah.
within the 4 days, so I don't forget them.
Yeah.
And
Well, and that's a good thing is that he has that all set up on his computer. So I will just keep his computer and all of that will come on his computer. So I will know when I need to pay all the bills.
yeah, but if you've got them all at one specific time, it does make it easier.
Yeah.
You don't go, oh, it's Friday the 13th. I have to pay.
Well, what I do is because I do it online, because I have watched him do it, and I have done it while he's been gone, when he was gone in the summertime. Um, as soon as they send me the email, I put it in I go right to my online banking and set the date right away of when I want to pay it and how much it needs to be paid.
Well, that's a good way. But myself, I just make sure it's all at one time and
Yeah,
all
that would make sense.
it comes out at the same time. Then I go, breathe easy. I've got X amount of money to spend until the next end of the month.
Yeah.
And
Well, yeah, see, and there's just so much that we're gonna. Well, I can't do anything until I have a death certificate in my hand.
no, you can't, but you still have to make it through the events. And the fact is, in North America, we're taught to be afraid to die. And so whether you agree with him dying or not, you still have to go through the fear of the death.
I did ask him. I
Hmm.
asked him how he was feeling about all this,
No, not
and he
him
said,
yet.
the only thing that goes through my head is I can hear my mom saying, "It's not the quality of life, or it's not quantity of life, it's quality." He said, and I have no quality right now.
Yeah, exactly. But that's him, not you. you still have to face his death with him not being in your life. And that's also a subconscious fear probably by now.
Yeah.
I guess Jennifer's not going to give us a word.
Maybe she thought you were talking to me.
Well, no, I was talking to you, Jennifer. I was asking you to give her a word, and then I get Maddie and I to show you how it works. But we did show her how it works, except that maybe I don't want to do it too deep for you because that is an intense care thing right now.
Yeah. Next few weeks is going to be pretty intense.
Yes. And one of the problems is you have to be strong. You cannot break down during this time. You can, as soon as he's gone, no problem, you can break down. But before that, you have to be strong for this man.
And that's going to be a hard thing to do.
Yes, it is, because
I'm still grieving my daughters
and you're also highly sensitive, right? Okay, Jennifer said resistance. My husband
resistance.
wants to move, but also he's negative about if we can do it this year. So sometimes my positivity about it feels like an uphill battle. It interferes with my manifestation. Okay, so resistance.
But is that resistance on your part, or that's his part, not your part, right?
But she's owning it.
Yeah.
She's owning the resistance. And as long as you own it, it's going to win. And you won't be able to move. But the truth is, you want something. You want it badly enough, you make it happen. I know this because I've done it a few times in my life. I wanted a horse. And I made it happen. And my husband at the time was not very happy with me because he didn't want to be bothered being saddled with a horse, and I did. But I wanted it. I made it happen. And if you want it badly enough, you will make it happen. It's amazing what you can do when you want it. So you you said resistance. So Maddie, look at the word resistance. What do you feel about it?
Like, what do you mean?
Resistance is futile. The Borg will
Mhm.
get you anyhow.
Well,
No,
that's true.
what does the emotion feel like to you? What's the emotion of resistance feel like to you? When
Um,
you think about Jennifer, by the way, not about yourself.
yeah. Resistance. I'm having a hard time because I'm feeling that
That's
resistance
exactly what,
is from her husband, not from her.
but she's owning it. If you own it, it belongs to her. The resistance is hers because you read that was the word she popped up with, resistance.
Yeah.
If it was his resistance, she'd come up with a different word. But because
Mm.
she's I apologize, Jennifer, you're using it as an excuse not to move ahead. And why? That's the reason why. Why do you need an excuse not to move ahead? Are you afraid that you cannot make the transition? Because that answer is, yeah, you can make the transition. It'll actually be quite easy for you. Yeah, but if you're going through the subconscious resistance, Jennifer, what, just talk for a minute. Let me look what I can see. Okay,
Talk, talk, talk. Talk, talk, talk.
works for me.
What shall I talk about?
Well, as soon as I get a hit on it, I'll come back and we can talk about it.
Mm-hmm. Uh,
Okay, this goes back to when you were like 2, 3 years old, when you were really young. It has to do, I'm sorry, but it does have to do with your mother. It's always the mother, right? Unless it's the father. We get slammed for everything. But at 3 years old, there was a time you were told, no, you cannot do that. And you thought, yes, I can do it. And you couldn't do it. Well, probably because at 3 years old, you're physically and mentally not capable of doing a lot of things, right? So, but the 3-year-old is going, no, you can't do it, and pulling on your on your dress and uh, apron string, saying, no, you can't do it. So you're feeling that you can't do it, but it's not you, it's a 3-year-old you. So what do you do? What would you do, Maddie? I'd go talk to the 3-year-old as a 3-year-old level and say, hey, this will be fun. We're going to go to a park and we're going to have fun there and we can do this. We're capable of doing it. And sometimes it takes 3 or 4 times or longer to go in and talk to the inner child to manifest the inner child.
Lots of times I go into my inner child and I hold her and I hug her
Yeah.
and I tell her things are going to be okay.
Yeah. And that you're the one looking after it. She doesn't have to.
Yeah. Yeah.
If,
Yeah.
if,
It's okay. You can let it go. I got this.
yeah, exactly. And then you'll find that after you work through the resistance, there's also a hold on. Okay, I do let his feelings affect me sometimes. I've been making some changes to show him that things can work out, even if even if it looks like it's hard or impossible. I know it can work, and well, if we're on the same page. And that there's not much you can do to change him except to you and him talk it out. And
Yeah.
like and but the only thing you can do honestly is work through yourself. And if you have no resistance, so the adage of a rock in a hard place. So and also from school, equal resistance. Each resistance that is equal creates you don't move. When the resistance is even, with 100 pounds resistance here and 100 pounds resistance here, nothing moves. But if you take away your 100 pounds of resistance, what happens? There's no resistance because the other resistance just falls away. Okay, so the more you can clear yourself, the less resistance he has to work with, and the more likely he is to let it go. And there's a thing about your husband is sometimes he complains just for the sake of hearing his voice, because he's a little cranky at the time, so he complains, and he doesn't expect you to pay attention. He doesn't expect you to hang on to it or own it. And so he's thinking, he's just whining and bitching and complaining, but he doesn't realize that it's affecting you. So when that happens, just let the energy go on. Get off the bed, buddy. You're too hot. Come on. Where's your mom? Go find your mom. My dog. He gets on my bed or on the sofa, and it gets really hot. And he sits there and goes, I'm dying, I'm dying. And so you have to tell him to get off the bed. So that's why I
And I
did.
got Charlie here sleeping in Bubba's spot again.
That's cute.
That's the second time since Bubba's died that he's been there.
So he's starting to accept it. I know it took Jelly Bean when our other dog died. It took Jelly Bean quite 6 months actually to stop.
Well, then Charlie's pretty good then. It's December, January, 3 months.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah. Okay. I hope anything else, Jennifer? Because that's exactly what we're trying to do is help people understand how to work through things, work through energies. And I like using the subconscious. That's why I say, give me a word, any word. So,
Right.
yeah, because you don't, Freudian slips. You know what that is, right?
Hmm.
It's like Trudeau said that Russia has to win.
Or like he went to Turkey where's the other one?
Ukraine
Ukraine, and said that leaders don't,
lead.
exactly what he did here,
Oh, no.
exactly what he did to Canada. Leaders don't do that.
Yeah. But he had a Freudian slip too in the same speech. He said that Russia had to win. And he goes, no, no, no. Putin has to, not Putin. Ukraine has to win. Ukraine. But he made a Freud. That's a Freudian slip. So, yeah, there's a lot of things going on right now that's kind of interesting in that front.
So she said her husband goes back and forth between pessimism and positivity. I know my inner child has doubts that I can be successful when I don't let others affect my thoughts or feelings about moving forward. But like I said again, that's a big change that you're doing, and I'm sure that you're going to have you're going to have thoughts like that.
Yeah. And that's when you look at them, go, huh, interesting. Thank you. I no longer need you, and let it go. And you might have to do that 15, 20 times,
Mm-hmm.
even a day.
Yeah. Thank you, ladies, for your help. Or for your advice. It helps a lot.
It actually works quite well if you're not. The trick is don't do it from the mind, do it from the heart. Because the heart has brain cells in it. Literally, this is science, not just me making things up. But the brain is a servant to the heart. The heart is where you get the instinctual knowing that this is right or this is wrong, and that was a gift that was given to us way back, which we, for some reason, chose not to use. We have we have a way of knowing what is right and what is wrong. So we want to build that up again. But so when you ask a question, go into your heart, get the answer, then give it to the brain, because the brain's there to give us the hows, the whys, and the wherefores, and why this will work and why it won't work things. So it is important to take your consciousness and put it into your heart before you ask a question. And if you've never done that, it's quite entertaining, because you have to learn to trust it and believe in it, right? As whoever taught you to do that? Not very many people would tell you to take your consciousness and put it in your heart.
No.
So they say
No,
that
probably people don't even know how to do that.
it's just done with intention, and just imagine or feel, because I'm finding a lot of people cannot visualize. So just feel that you've taken the energy and moving it into your heart. And when you do that, you will actually feel the energy change and shift in your heart, right? But the
Yeah.
first time you did it, did you notice? Were you aware of it? Did you trust it?
No.
Yeah. So it's something that you practice it and it works. It takes time,
Mm-hmm.
but it works. So uh, I think I'm run out of steam. What about you?
So have you hit a wall?
Yeah. I did. 3 hours of that. And then I did a little bit of sanding this morning too. That was physical. But yesterday I worked for hours on that baker's rack.
Yeah. Well, next time, let me know you're doing something like that, because when I message you and I don't hear back right away, I start to worry.
And then I get so intent on what I'm doing with it that I don't, and my mind goes. because I'm putting stuff up on the wall and I want to make sure there's no holes between the spaces and this and I get
Mhm.
so intent. Okay, are there any updates on Rin or Lily's reincarnation? Are they going to reincarnate at the same time? They might be they might be in the same litter actually. May, don't quote. I would stay open and tuned, but May, and that can be they're going to be born in May or you're going to get them in May. I suspect it's more likely you're going to get in May.
Mm.
So my heart, Jennifer says, my heart knows it will be positive when we move. Once we get past the difficult changes, we will be making to move forward into better energy. My mind needs to listen to the heart much more. That's true. Also, you've always been the one that stayed behind when people moved, and the people who move don't have half the problem as those that are left behind. Because I've done a lot of moving, and before I moved back to Canada, I moved a lot. And it wasn't for me hard to leave. It was hard for the people who I left behind because I left space, empty space in their life. But when I moved forward, I had new and fun, excited things to do. So you're looking at the energy from the wrong end also, Jennifer. So don't look at it as from the energy of being left behind. Look at it as the, wow, look at this. This is so cool energy, and it will lighten the load a bit. You've moved a few times, right? And you've had people move away from you, right?
Yeah.
Being left behind is
Way
the,
easier moving away than having people move away from you.
yeah, exactly. And so don't don't tie into that energy. Don't be so soft-hearted and feel bad for other people, really. Because life has changed. That's part of what it is.
Yeah.
Okay. How's your head? I know it was starting to hurt.
Me, I'm dizzy all of a sudden.
Yeah, I think it's time to call it quits. What do you think?
Goodness, this has got to be the shortest one we've ever done.
Well, it's 5:30.
What time did we start?
Well, 4-ish, 4:30-ish,
We- No.
I
Where did
think.
that time go?
I don't know, but I think there's a way of telling how long we've been
Well,
on.
it's been about an hour. It says 52 minutes. Where did that hour go?
We just talented.
I'll say.
Yeah.
Well,
So
look at that. 6 watching, 7 likes. Mind
I
you, I just liked. It was 6 likes. So I just hit the like button. So now we have 7.
I hit mine too, but I've only got one like.
Huh.
So just as a side, Maddie and I have been talking about what do you call it? Flaxseed, right? And as you can see, we've been using it, and it's not doing us any harm, that's for sure.
No.
Because I notice your face is much more glowy. I know that's not a word, but your hair is also nice. But there's another thing too that I read somewhere, and when I read it, it felt right that if you can take the flax and make it into, I would make it into the goo, like Maddie's recipe, and mix it in with cottage cheese, whatever you're going to cook, not cook, you want to eat it raw, that it is a really good benefit for your health. And I'm not going to say for what, because again, obviously, I'm not a doctor,
So eat the gel?
as well as every day.
Well, I'm gonna try that now. Went and had my nails done today, and the lady and I were talking, and she was telling me that her grandmother gets black beans.
Mm-hmm.
You put them in a wok or something, and you cook them until you can smell them releasing their fragrance. And what did she say? I think she just said she mixed it with water or tea or something like that and drinks it. And she said it's just an amazing antioxidant.
Well, it's like kefir, wouldn't it be? Kombucha, I mean.
Mm.
Some
I'm
of
like, black beans?
the
I'm like, cooked black beans or hard black beans? And she's like, no, the hard ones. She goes, no, cooked, the hard ones.
yeah. Yeah, well, I've got a bag of that. I will try that. I have been drinking the fruit vinegar
Oh,
for
she said to slice some ginger and put it in that too.
I do, because I put ginger in everything. I made what did I make? Yes. Oh, just now I made my daughter tofu I don't know what it's called. Sweet and sour, and I sliced a bunch of ginger in and popped it in.
Well, we got 9 likes all of a sudden.
Oh, nice.
Still only 6 watching. Huh.
Okay, yeah, that's a good idea.
And 55 minutes. 5-5. That's been coming up for me every day for the last,
That
I don't
means
know.
change, doesn't it? It means a big change in your life.
Yes, it
Well,
does. And
absolutely. That's
boy,
absolutely
boy,
100%
is
true.
that right on the mark.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
I wouldn't tell people either, Jennifer, honestly. Some people do because they want to force it. Excuse me, but I don't think it's necessary. And also, the again, not a doctor, but this is an old remedy from whenever, from your grandparents' times. Golden raisins and gin.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
And
Only the problem with that is they taste so good that I can't stop at 9.
yeah, they are really good.
They don't even taste like raisins. They're just little plump, juicy things of deliciousness.
Yes, they are. But they
That
also,
could be why I've been sleeping really good the last couple of nights. That's probably why.
yeah, it does help me. I had problems sleeping during the massive coronal ejections, but I have been sleeping generally better.
Yeah.
So that's really good for arthritis, pain, and things like that.
Your immune system, your
Yeah.
organs, like
Okay.
everything.
And what else did I just read somewhere? The kombucha, not the kombucha, the vinegar.
Oh, the fruit
So
juice thingy.
yeah,
I still have to make that.
that's a recipe from 1700s.
Mm.
And I read an article, well, I skimmed an article about it, and it has a lot of healthy benefits. Again, immunity, etc., etc. Again, not doctor here, not in the medical field, just an interested reader about health and well things like that. Plus, it tastes good. And now on top of that, I make kombucha and kefir. Well, I make kombucha. I don't know how well it's faring, but kefir, and I've been making live ginger bud, and that is it it does make a difference in how my stomach feels.
Mm.
As I said, I like ginger.
Yeah, I like ginger a lot too.
Yeah,
Every time I make tea, I normally put some fresh grated ginger in it.
yeah,
I hope you have a good evening and the rest of your week also, Jennifer.
yeah. Anyhow, flaxseed is amazing. I highly recommend it. We
Yeah,
we made that sesame seed snack, but with flaxseed.
that's a little addicting.
A little bit. The only thing bad about it is it's cooked in sugar, but we use cane sugar. But
Yeah,
yeah,
that's what I used. I used organic cane sugar too.
yeah. But yeah, it because the flax has a nutty flavor, right?
Hmm.
It's
Well, I put some flax, I put some sesame seeds and sunflower seeds in mine.
yeah, and I also put pumpkin seeds in. And you can put it's cinnamon if you want, I think, or ginger, but you
Oh,
don't really.
ginger. I bet you I'll try ginger next time.
Mm. At Askews, they have this little package like that in the spice racks. and it says Chinese herb spices.
Oh, really?
I grabbed it without because I can't read that well in the store with my glasses. Got it home. It's cinnamon, ginger, um, it's all the spices you need that are healthy for you. Cinnamon,
Where did you get that?
in the spice section in Askews.
Oh, I'm gonna have to
And
go
this
look for. I'm gonna
little
have to go look
packet.
for that too.
Yeah, well, it's not. It's like $4, under $4, which is one thing that's really good. So I've been making. What have I been making? I've been making chai tea because all those spices are there, and they're the same spices you use for chai tea. And chai tea is really easy to make, and I thought, wow, that's really good.
Hmm.
I don't because I try to I try to take these spices in my diet anyhow.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm talking, it's just, you have to tell me to leave because otherwise I'll keep talking. What did Tyler say? Oh, thank you for your time and energy, ladies. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you very much.
Well, I was gonna say you just froze up.
Oh, yeah, it's time to leave
Oh,
then.
what's that?
I guess with if I froze up, that means the energy is kicking us off.
Hmm. Did we see Tay Tay's comment? Thank you for your time and energy, ladies. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Okay. No, I didn't see
Thank
that.
you for Lily. I was getting reincarnated towards the end of March. I'm hoping for puppies since I'm not sure I want another rabbit right now. Miss them a lot.
Puppies are fun. Hopefully it's a small puppy. But good luck.
Mm.
So with their reincarnated in March, then by the end of May, they probably would be ready to go home. I think it takes 12 weeks, doesn't it? For pick up for puppies.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's go. Thank you, lady, everybody. It was
Thank
really
you. See
namaste.
you all Sunday.
Yes, probably around 1:30ish Pacific time. And thank you for liking and sharing and doing all those wonderful things that I've
Yes, the
permitted.
likes are really helpful. I'm going to say right now, I'm not sure that I'll be able to do my meditation next Wednesday, depending on what goes on.
Ooh, yeah. It's all right.
We'll see.
We'll work around that.
Yeah.
Okay. So good luck.
Yeah. We'll talk
Probably I'll
soon.
talk anyhow. So
Well, so now it's just an everyday thing, and I worry if I don't talk to you 15 times a day.
JJ's so hoping for small dogs too. Yeah. Anyhow, I'm
Okay.
bad. I'm the one that has to kick us off. So
Yes.
the must go. Thank you. I still have to do my daily anyhow.
Have a good night, everybody.